A big QB domino just fell. This time, it's to Tennessee, and I'm talking about quarterback George MacIntyre. He just announced his decision moments ago at a ceremony at his school, Brentwood Academy, the number 3 ranked quarterback in the country. He's a Tennessee Volunteer. We're going to break it down in this video. I got the great Austin Price from VolQuest on with me. We're going to figure out what it all means. But first, Tennessee fans, exciting time. Hit subscribe for me to the On3 Recruits channel. We got you covered. All right, let's bring on Austin Price from VolQuest for more. Austin, Tennessee, LSU, and Alabama were the primary teams involved. Why was it Tennessee in the end?
Well, I think it's what I've been telling you for a long time. Maybe next time. I say, don't put that prediction in, Josh. You won't put that prediction in.
I knew you were going to get that in there.
All fun aside. Just the relationship with Josh Heupel, to answer your question. I mean, it's been that way for a long time. George and Hype were really close throughout. Joey Halsley and George have become closer as the recruitments went along. And I think at the end of the day, George just always felt at home in Knoxville. His mom went to Tennessee. His sister goes to Tennessee. He's had multiple family members go to Tennessee. He grew up wearing a lot of orange. His grandfather coached at Vanderbilt, but there was so much orange around George MacIntyre when he was a little kid. Numerous pictures of him in Tennessee, swag, and that continues today as he picks Tennessee and what is a huge gift for the 2025 class and Josh Heupel.
Yeah, and this didn't just come out of nowhere. Like you said, they've been on George MacIntyre for quite some time. But what was it about George MacIntyre's game that Josh Heupel and this staff fell in love with?
Long, quick release, strong arm, throws well on the move. A lot of the things that I think Nico Iamaleava does well, George does well. And the ability to improvise when things break down, that's something that Hendon Hooker was really good at. And George is just so even keel. He never gets rattled. I said with you a week or two ago, like if George ever learns to play poker, he could clean up in Vegas because his poker face is fantastic. I do think you saw a different George today at his announcement because just he's no longer trying to kind of hide how he feels, right? Like he's no longer trying to keep people from going, "Ooh, I think he's going to Alabama. Ooh, I think he's going to LSU. I think he's going to Tennessee." Like he can just kind of be himself, be more loose, and now can just focus on football and what little bit of basketball season's left at Brentwood Academy and just kind of be a kid.
Yeah, you mentioned it there. He's in Brentwood Academy, right outside Nashville. How much does it help having George MacIntyre on campus? Because he's only about 2 hours away. He's going to be on campus for a lot of these recruiting events. Is that kind of the reason why they wanted to get him locked down so early in the cycle?
I think George wanted to get himself locked down so he could be a leader in the class. And obviously Josh Heupel, they weren't going to turn that down. Like they're excited to have him in the boat. He was in Knoxville over the weekend. This is not some kind of, surprise that he picked Tennessee today, right? He was, there recruiting Jack Van Dorselaer, who was committed to Tennessee. He was there recruiting, Marcus Harris, modern day wide receiver that was in town this past weekend. And then he'll be back in town here in a couple of weeks when Tennessee's set to host another big junior day on February 3rd, which could see the likes of David Sanders and others roll into Rocky Top.
So for Tennessee fans that are just tuning into recruiting, what type of personality does a George MacIntyre have? You mentioned that he's going to help with recruiting, but what type of person is George MacIntyre?
Great kid. Again, like it's really odd. Like he's very reserved and shy in some ways, but like I think with kids he's not. I think he's just one of those guys that kind of carries himself a certain way. He has as the kids say, he has riz, he has charisma. Does a really nice job with his peers. And I think just a really good kid who's raised by a couple of really good parents and just understands kind of the gravity of kind of, as his commitment video said today, kind of what he was born to do.
Yeah, well, today is George MacIntyre Day. Tennessee lands the number 3 ranked quarterback in the country. From Brentwood Academy, George MacIntyre, Austin Price from VolQuest. Thanks for dropping by the Inside Scoop and breaking this one down.
Appreciate it, Josh. Thank you.